Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, July 13th, 2023. We are studentloanjustice.org. Welcome. We're glad that you found us. If you're new to the group, please tell everyone you know with student loans about this group. We are the tip of the spear in the fight for student loan justice. That means two things. It means, number one, most importantly, more important than anything, is getting the leverage of bankruptcy rights returned to student loans. Number two, ultimately, these loans are going to have to be canceled. I don't care what the Supreme Court does. I don't care what Joe Biden does. I don't care what anybody in Washington, D.C. does. The loans will not be paid. The loans will be canceled. So we got to fight for the good ending to this, not the bad, years, decades long, dystopian bad ending. We don't want the bad ending, guys. We want the good ending. And that starts with us, the people, we the people, getting the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy returned to the loans. I almost didn't do a live stream today, guys. I'm just in a shitty mood. And normally, I don't like to air my dirty laundry out on our live streams, but I'll just say the student loan justice van blew its head gasket today. So go figure. We shopped around very carefully for this vehicle. We actually flew to Nashville, Tennessee to avoid the rust issues. I thought we got a pretty good deal on it, but then this happens. It's been 20 years since I changed a head gasket, so I'm going to be doing some very serious research over the next couple days. But the long and the short of it, guys, is that we are going to be stranded in our little shack in the Northwoods, Wisconsin for an extended period of time. I guess it just sucks. You don't want to be me, guys. Trust me on that. On that note, second announcement, if you can donate, guys, just please do it. We survive to fight and win this student loan justice battle. We are winning, by the way. And I'll get into that in a minute. We survive and thrive on very little money, just personal gifts from normal people out there. I want to thank Vanjie and Donna and Pam and couple other people who have donated over the past couple days. Thank you so much. If you would please join them, it would be very exceptionally helpful at this time. And not just for the van. I'm not even thinking about that right now. Just our normal operating expenses and stuff. Please donate so I can shut up about it. I really suck at fundraising. So on the plus side, a huge shout out to Jackie Abron. She got a very good letter to the editor published in the Waco Tribune today. Shout out also to Nicholas Linky, who got, maybe I should use his nom de plume, Van Ray something or another. He got a letter to the editor published in the Salt Lake Tribune in Utah the other day. Good on him. Jackie also was interviewed for an upcoming television cable news interview that she did today. And I won't say anything more about it currently, but we've been on a tear lately, guys. Oh, I did an hour-long radio program this morning. Yesterday, early morning, I did a 2-hour interview on the Coast to Coast AM radio show, very popular nationally syndicated radio show. In the past few weeks, we did an in-depth interview with Fox News, and you can see the podcast if you go to our website, studentloanjustice.org. In the past 2-3 weeks, we've been interviewed by, I think, The Guardian like twice, Newsweek at least twice, I believe. Many other places. We've been blowing up in the media lately, guys, and that is so helpful. The media sucks, guys. The mainstream media is terrible on this topic by and large. So we count every piece of news coverage that we can possibly get, where we do nothing more than tell the truth, by the way. Those are very, very, very valuable for changing the public conversation around this issue, because right now 95% of all the media is against us, guys. It's political parties and the Department of Education, and I call it the student loan swamp. The people who are fighting as hard as they can to keep this catastrophically failed lending catastrophe fiasco going. They have all their secret little connections with the media. They have money. They have teams of people who work on PR and, all these things aligned against us. We have the truth. We have incontrovertible, easily verifiable facts using nothing more than public data, typically from the Department of Education. So yeah, guys, getting out into the media is just very, very important. You can help there. You, like Jackie and Lisa and Nicholas and Christina and many, many other people on our group have been getting letters to the editor of their local newspaper published on a weekly basis. I think we've gotten probably around 35 or so, maybe 30, 35 letters to the editor published just in the past, I'm going to say 4 months now. That's very helpful. But it's not enough, guys. I mean, really, we're very close to reaching a critical mass, but we still need just a few more people, a few more diehard, courageous warriors fighting this battle with us. It feels very good to fight this battle. We do nothing more than just tell the truth. We've got a very strong truth to tell. And I hope you'll look up and down on our Facebook group or on Twitter, and you can see some of the stuff that we've done. I hope you will look at our Medium channel, or maybe also if you can find us on Substack as well. Just go to either of those channels for us, Student Loan Justice at Medium, Student Loan Justice at Substack. There's our Medium address right there. And you can see the sorts of jaw-droppingly important truths that we are getting published. Very important that we spread the word about that, because I'm telling you guys, nobody else will. Everybody who has a vested interest in seeing the student loan scam, and it is a scam, continue, they're doing everything they can do to put the kibosh on us. If they could get an injunction against our website, they probably would do it. So that hopefully will never happen. As I said, we do nothing more than tell the truth. And the truth is going to be the thing that sets us free. Anyways, so tonight I don't really want to talk about anything in particular. In fact, as I said, I was kind of planning on maybe not even doing a live stream tonight because I'm just in such a pissy mood, guys. It really sucks when we have, but I will just leave it there at that. Yeah, Jackie mentions, Anton Van Ray is the name of the author of that letter to the editor in the Salt Lake Tribune. Hey, Sarah Deemer's with us tonight. Hey, Sarah. Thank you for everything you do. You are most appreciated. Yeah, well, thank you for saying that, Sarah. And thanks to all the diehards out there who are out there getting their knuckles a little muddy, a little bloody, who are out there calling C-SPAN, getting letters to the editor published, getting op-eds published. I mean, Lisa Ansell got some great op-eds published recently in places like the LA Times and the San Francisco Chronicle, the Jewish Journal, other places. So you don't have to be a great writer to write about all this stuff. In fact, I'm really not a writer, guys. I'm an engineer, but nonetheless, I find a way to publish halfway decent, well-written articles. It's not like we have to be beautiful writers, guys. All we have to do is tell the truth and hopefully use correct grammar. It's like not much harder than that. You can do it. Trust me. Anybody can write a letter to the editor. And I think most of the people who are really doing the hard work on this group would tell you it feels good to fight this fight. It feels really good to tell the truth. You know, the Constitution is on our side, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most unconstitutional, unconscionable lending scam in our nation's history. You know, I don't know where to begin, but think of all the consumer protections out there that exist for all loans. So stuff like, I don't know, bankruptcy protections, like fair debt collection laws, like truth in lending laws, like statutes of limitations. These are very basic, fundamental consumer protections that exist for all loans in this country, but they've been stripped uniquely from student loans, mostly federal student loans. The Founding Fathers called for uniform bankruptcy laws, aka rights, in the Constitution, by the way. If you're new to the group, you should realize this. Founding Fathers are on our side, guys. They were being skewered under debt to British banks and merchants. So the Founding Fathers called for uniform bankruptcy rights, and this is what has been taken away uniquely from student loans, not to mention statutes of limitations, fair debt collection practices, truth in lending laws, even state usury laws are not applicable to federal student loans. So guys, federal student loans are an unconscionable, unconstitutional debt trap, and we, the people, do not have to put up with this shit. I guarantee you that if the founders are looking down upon us, they are shaking their head and they're saying, how did our citizens get so weak? We didn't create this federal government so that it could wreck the lives of the citizenry in debt. In fact, John Adams said there are two ways to conquer and enslave a country. One is by the sword, the other is by debt. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who said that banking institutions, in this case, the Department of Education, the Federal Student Loan Program, he said banking institutions are more dangerous to a citizenry than standing armies. So, come on, guys. And again, when they created the Federal Student Loan Program, the president at the time, LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, from Texas, by the way, he declared that the loans would be free of interest. Well, today, over $100 billion a year is clicking off on the backs of student loan borrowers. The lending system's failed, guys. Even before the pandemic, most borrowers were not making payments on their loans. My best estimate is that when they turn these loans back on, probably 75, 80%, maybe even more of the borrowers are not going to resume paying. Inflation is sucking all the savings that we were making from this repayment pause out of us. So if you think that even 25 or 30% of the borrowers are going to resume paying, I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So we got this, guys. There's true strength in numbers. Now, I could harp on bankruptcy. I hope that you will read our Medium articles so that you can understand. Nobody wants to file for bankruptcy, guys. It's a terrible thing to have to do. No private citizens want to do that. Maybe corporations do, but normal people, the last thing they want to do is file for bankruptcy. And that's not the point. What's important is that we get the leverage of bankruptcy returned, because until we get that leverage back, we're going to be begging Joe Biden or the next president forever to cancel loans. And what we'll get is like this bullshit that we just saw that the Supreme Court just knocked down. So the other groups claiming to be fighting for student loan borrowers, I'm sorry, guys, but I have to say they're pretty much corrupted. One of them is flat out corrupted. One of them does deals with the student debt collection industry, like $1 million deals. But I'll let them answer the tough questions on that. I hope you will ask them. I'm not even going to mention their names because I just don't care about them that much. But it's very significant to note that all the other groups, including the two that I'm thinking of, they are almost completely silent on the bankruptcy issue. And when they're not silent on the bankruptcy issue, they say things like, oh, bankruptcy is a terrible thing to have to do. It wrecks your credit. Nobody wants to file for bankruptcy. We don't want bankruptcy returned. That's bullshit, guys. We absolutely must have the right of bankruptcy returned. And anybody who says otherwise, it's a pretty fair bet that they are making money from this scam. They have no true interest in solving this scam. They are actually trying to perpetuate this scam. You know, if they had returned bankruptcy to student loans when we first started student loan justice in 2005, I would not be here today. The cost of college, the price of college would be nowhere near what it is today. The amount of student loan debt hanging over the nation's, hanging on our backs would be a small fraction of what it is today. All comes down to bankruptcy, guys. Anyways, so I'm going to read one more comment. I'm going to call it a night because, like I said, I'm just in a pissy mood, and I have a feeling I'm going to be elbow deep in car grease and engine compartment nonsense for the evening. Christina Winton says, my phone writes its own words in sometimes. Here today, and let's boycott every business that is investing in student loan stock. Yeah, I'm all for that, Christina. There are, just off the top of my head, I can tell you, if you want to shop in a responsible way that fights for student loan borrowers, do not buy stuff from Home Depot. Do not bank with, there's a number of banks. Wells Fargo's pretty terrible. SoFi is absolutely terrible. They're all predatory lenders, guys. They've all got their hands very dirty in the private student loan game. I could mention maybe a few others, but those are the two that stick out. There's a billionaire named Paul Singer who's totally against us. I don't know what kind of businesses he owns, but if you can find out, don't shop at any of his companies. But, more than that, guys, I don't want to distract everybody, and I don't want to, make people's eyes glaze over. If you really want to help, the number one thing that you will do is help us fight hard with everything you got for the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans. It's not our sole focus. This group, by the way, started the whole conversation about canceling student loans by executive order. We are fully on board with that. We think every nickel of federal student loan debt should be canceled by executive order. We think the entire lending system should be ended, by the way, and it should be. They should not be putting more loans out to kids today. They should not be. This lending system needs to be ended and replaced. Now, we're agnostic on what the next higher education funding system should look like. What we know is that the current one is finished. It's finished, guys, by all rational metrics. So the most important and effective thing, the best use of your time, if you actually want to help, and we need you to, is to go to our website and do our daily actions. You can also see it at this link right here, bit.ly/SLJ Daily Action. We do these daily actions, not maybe every day, but we've been doing 4 to 5 a week. Do our daily actions. They're quick. And like I said, we're really close to reaching a critical mass here, guys. We just need a few more people, just a few more, like a dozen more, to commit. Make a personal commitment to yourself, to our group, to all the people in our group, to do our daily actions. Like, that's how important they are, guys. And by the way, they're very quick. They usually take no more than about 30 seconds. Usually it's like retweet this, retweet that, or quote tweet this to somebody, maybe call this congressman, call this senator, leave a message. Very easy stuff, guys. Anybody can do it. And when literally, guys, if we can get just a few more dozen people a day doing this, I think that will probably be the critical mass that we need to really, really, really start doing some damage. So if you want, these are your loans. This is your livelihood that's on the hook. The loans will be turned back on in September. And it will be a bloodbath. The student debt collection industry, they want nothing more than to see these loans turned back on and bankruptcy, the right of bankruptcy, remaining gone from these loans. That's their North Star. It is the golden unicorn of the student debt collection industry. And their dream is about to come true. Their dream is your nightmare. It could get very, very ugly, guys. It could get very ugly. So if you care about getting the student loan problem solved, and we need you need to help us. You need to help yourself. And you need to tell everybody that you know about this group. If there was another group actually fighting this battle in a way that would lead to actual student loan justice, I would join that group. There's not, guys. It's us. We're it. The immortal words of former Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, we're all we've got, guys. We're all we've got. Sometimes we get lucky in the media, and that's good, but I'm telling you guys, it all starts with the individual human being people on this group. Like everybody I'm looking at the live stream tonight. They need you to join us. We need you to join us. It's not hard, and it feels good. So I'm going to leave it there at that, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully in a better mood. So maybe I'll just end it with that. I'll wish everybody good luck. Godspeed doing our daily actions. God bless everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow.